Okay. The next part is we will be just defining an infinite loop and my mass function that we just defined, which the a variable is a random number between 1 to 10, b a random number between 1 to 10, the ops dictionary choosing a random option from that, and here we will be calculating the correct answer, then comparing it from the integer value that we got from the user. If it's correct, we will be adding one score to the max score, the global variable, and if not, one will be deducted. This message will be shown. So this is a while true loop. We will which will show and do the my mass test options till user hits anything other than y, which then the answer will be saved to the score, will be written there and saved. These messages will be printed at the end. Here we also just show how we are able to open and save, like basically rewrite a file. The file name, write string. The second part of the assignment is about quadratic formula. So here we basically just print the welcome to the quadratic equation game, and showing the formula, printing that. Here we will be getting the inputs from user and converting it to the float to A, B, and C. Then after showing the options that user entered, we will be writing the formula to the user based on the number that they provided for the A, B, and C. Um, since the numbers were saved as float or integers, we will be using anonymous functions just to convert those ones to a string, just to print out, as we know that everything will be printed as a string. So here we are defining an anonymous function taking one variable, and if it's integer, it will be converted to the string. Uh, it, it will be converted to the integer. So then the 0 point will be dropped. After that, it will be converted to a string. But other than that, if it's not integer, it means that it's float. So then we basically just convert that float to the string. Here it will be printed. We are using that anonymous function and calling the A, B, and C to print that. The quadratic equation consists of two functions, which is one is a quadratic solution, and the first one is the discriminant, which will give us, like, first based on the not positive or zero or negative number, will say us how many answers our equation has. So here we are returning our function, defining a function and giving the values that we got from the user, and this will be returning. Now here we are uh, holding it inside a disk variable and printing it by adding it as a second option in the print statement uh, after writing our statement. So the next part is just the same, just showing us how this one is done. Okay. So here we are writing our equation. First, we are, as we discussed before, we are writing the discriminant function definition and giving the three numbers that we got. This gives us a number. So let's hold on to it and write our second function, which is the quadratic solution, and giving the numbers to it. The value that we got from this function can be stored as disk variable, and we will be holding it here. As we know, if it's positive, the solution will differ if it's 0 or negative. So let's do it then. When it's positive, we will be square square rooting to the uh, disk value that we received, and then using these two formulas to get to our solution. But if it's negative, the formula will be this one. And for the negative, as we know, it's a complex solution pair and basically not possible. So at the end here, we are just defining the file path, and after defining the file path, as we discussed above, we are writing to that directory our message, and we are just putting one line space and writing the solution as well. To read from a file, we will be opening it with and then R reading it, file.read, and printing its content. Thank you. It was a pleasure doing the assignment, and it was a good challenge. I learned a lot.